Hi everyone, welcome to our Movie Palace channel. We're thrilled to have you here. Whether you're a returning subscriber or a new visitor, you're in the right place for engaging content, exciting stories, and so much more. Before we dive into today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We love hearing from you, so be sure to leave a comment and let us know what you think. Now, sit back, relax, and let's get started. Story is about airplane engineer Kyle Pratt Jodie Foster is heading home from Germany to New York on a double-decker Elgin 474 to bury her husband. But 3 hours into the flight, she awakens to find her young daughter missing, and the entire flight crew, including Capt. Rich Sean Bean and Air Marshal Jean Carson Peter Sarsgaard, claims that the child was never on board. Determined to find her daughter, Kyle searches the limited space of the plane, all the while trying to maintain her sanity. Let's go the film story. Recently widowed American aviation engineer Kyle Pratt is flying from Berlin to the United States with her 6-year-old daughter Julia and her husband David's body. They are on a brand new double-decker plane that Kyle helped design. After waking up from a nap, Kyle realizes Julia is missing. None of the passengers or crew remember seeing her. Flight attendant Stephanie tells Kyle there is no record of Julia boarding the flight. Kyle can't find Julia's boarding pass or backpack either. Captain Marcus Rich agrees to search the plane while Sky Marshal Jean Carson watches Kyle. Kyle accuses 2 Arab passengers of stalking her daughter, causing a fight, and she is handcuffed. Kyle shares that her husband died falling from a building, which she doubts was suicide. Captain Rich gets a message from a Berlin hospital saying Julia died with her father. He believes Kyle imagined bringing Julia on board because of her grief. Confined to her seat, Kyle doubts her sanity until she sees a heart Julia drew on the window. Kyle asks to use the bathroom, climbs into the overhead space, and sabotages the plane's electronics. In the chaos, she rides a dumbwaiter to the lower deck and opens David's casket, but finds only his body. Carson handcuffs her and explains they are making an emergency stop in Newfoundland, Canada, where she will be taken into custody. Kyle begs Carson to search the hold. He sneaks down, removes explosives from David's casket, and plants them in the avionics section. It's revealed that Carson, Stephanie, and the mortuary director conspired to hijack the plane for a $50 million ransom and frame Kyle. Carson lies to Captain Rich, saying Kyle is threatening to bomb the plane unless the ransom is paid. He plans to detonate the explosives, kill Julia, and leave Kyle dead with the detonator in her hand. When they land, the plane is surrounded by FBI agents. Kyle realizes Carson is behind everything and takes charge, ordering the crew to leave. She knocks Carson out with a fire extinguisher, handcuffs him, and takes the detonator. Carson wakes up, frees himself, and chases Kyle, who tricks him into thinking she escaped to the upper level. A guilt-ridden Stephanie flees the plane in a panic. Kyle finds the unconscious Julia, but Carson reveals he killed David to smuggle the explosives and dumped Julia in the food bin, thinking no one would notice. Kyle escapes with Julia into the plane's safe hold as Carson shoots at them. She detonates the explosives, killing Carson and damaging the plane, but she and Julia are unharmed. The crew realizes Kyle was telling the truth. The next morning at the airport, Captain Rich apologizes to Kyle, who is holding Julia. Stephanie is led away by FBI agents, and another agent says the mortuary director has been arrested. They are also looking for someone who erased Julia's flight record. Kyle silently proves her innocence as she carries Julia through the crowd. An Arab passenger helps her with her luggage, and Julia sleepily asks, "Are we there yet?" as they drive away. This is a 2005 mystery psychological thriller film directed by Robert Schwenk.